Can you hear me in the headsets? Can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Excellent. So we'll do our run up now, and I'll shut these because they're going to blow closed anyway. And I've got the camera running, so you'll be able to see that up here. Radios as required. For the mic, if you put it right up to your mouth, we'll be able to hear you. So it's almost touching your mouth. Mine is actually
I don't know who's
touching
been on
my
this
mouth.
before me.
Yeah, but you have to have it pretty close to have it pick up.
That's pretty good.
All right, fuel selector. We are on the fullest tank. Switch it just to make sure that they're working. All right. Enter. Right. Parking brake is disengaged. I can turn the air on so we get some air going. Brakes check. They work. HSI should be working. Attitude gyro. Turn coordinator. Alright, door's latched. The pin on this handle is removed, so I've got it up here. Shoulder, seatbelt and harness is secure. Alright, fuel quantity is still where it should be. Fuel selector on the fullest tank. Laps at 50%. Transponder is set. We're 1200 for VFR. Autopilot check. I'm going to turn on the autopilot. And heading. Autopilot on. And I will try and overpower it, which I can. So that is as it should be. And I'll push autopilot disengage. I'm just going to make a noise to show me that I disengaged the autopilot.
Okay.
So that is working as it should be. Navigation radios, GPS set for takeoff. Those are fine. Cabin heat as required. I already did that. Brakes hold. Mixture full rich. It is 2200 RPM. This RPM here, so we put it up to 2200. I was keeping my feet on the brakes. Alright, alternators check. We got alt 1. For a drop there, and it comes back up, and alt 2. Look for the discharge here. It should come back up. Those are fine. Pitot heat is on. I actually don't need that. Nav lights are on. Landing light is on. Annunciator check. We don't have any warnings here. We'll check this message, see what it is. It says switch tanks. That's on a timer. Voltage is in the green. Pitot heat as required. It is not required. Nav lights are on. Landing light is on. Magnetos check. I'm going to check the left one. I should see a drop in RPM. And it should come back up. And check the right one. I should see a drop here. And it comes back up when I go to both. The airplane's got 2 alternators, so I check both of them. Ignition switch. Yep, that is what I just did. Engines, instruments are all in the green. And then back to 1000 RPM. So that was a run up just to make sure the engine's running properly. And normally we do that out by the runway. But since they got construction and stuff going on, we do it here, so we're not blocking other traffic. Alright, so we are on ground frequency. When we go to tower, we'll switch to COM 1.
How many things are on a checklist?
It's a long checklist. So it goes through different sections. For takeoff, landing, just the different phases of flight.
forward without going through the checklist?
Yeah, I can just fly it without doing anything. That is just for reference, so it just checks it off on the screen. It's not tied to anything or...
Yeah, I was just curious about technology and making sure that that everyone goes through that checklist.
Nope, it's just there for reference. Alright, condition, engine, 1,000 flight instruments. Flight controls are free and correct. Fuel pump on. Pilot is disconnected. Alright. Make sure we're still on information whiskey. And that should be 9.
310, sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 24, dew point 18, altimeter 2990. Visual approaches in use, landing runway 28 left. Notices to airman runway 10 left, 28 right, closed. Taxiways Alpha 1 and Charlie between Alpha and 28 left, closed. Airman's advisory, attention all aircraft due to runway construction, please complete your run-up on the ramp prior to calling for taxi. Any aircraft requiring the run-up area, notify ground control. Advise an initial contact, information whiskey.
Still on whiskey, alright. So I've got push to talk here, so when I just talking to the mic, we're just talking on the intercom. When I push this button, I'm broadcasting on whatever frequency I'm set to. So right now I'm set to ground frequency, which is 121.7. So I'm talking to the control tower over there, and there's 2 assignments in the tower. One is ground control, the other is tower. So ground controls just the airplanes on the ground, except for on the runway, and the tower controls takeoffs and landings on the runway and for traffic around the airport. So when we fly back in near the airport, I'm going to call the tower first, tell them I have information, whatever it is at the time, and come back for landing. They'll tell me when I can take off and land. And here on the ground, I'll tell them I'm here at Elliott with information whiskey, and I'm departing the area to the south or whatever, just tell them what I want to do. So they'll probably have me taxi down that past the construction, make a left and cross the runways, and tell me to hold short of the other runway. So I have to repeat whatever they say back to them. If I miss something, they'll ask me to repeat it just to make sure that they know that I heard what they said. And this is our tail number. So it's Cirrus. The manufacturer of the airplane is Cirrus. So it's 69 or 8 Sierra Lima. So that's what I listen for on the radio for when the tower is talking to me. And I can shorten this to 8 Sierra Lima after I read the whole thing once.
Can I open this? Because I'm like...
Yeah, go ahead, get some fresh air.
Alright. Oh.
Flying cloud ground, Cirrus 69 or 8 Sierra Lima. We are at Elliott with information whiskey, ready for departure.
Sierra Lima, flying cloud ground, runway 28 left at Delta intersection departure. You can taxi via Alpha Delta, cross 28 right.
Taxis 28 left via at Delta via Alpha Delta. 8 Sierra Lima.
I didn't quite get that read back. It's taxi 2 runway 28 left and taxi via Alpha Delta, cross 28 right.
Taxi 2, 28 left via Alpha Delta, cross 28 right. 8 Sierra Lima.
Thank you very much. In what direction are you flying today?
We'll be departing the area to the south.
South, thank you.
All right.
Go ahead. Oh.
All right, so I'm going to 28 left, which is here. Yeah, Alpha, which is here. This is Alpha. with Alpha Delta because Charlie here is closed. Delta is the next one. So all these planes here lined up are training airplanes and for rent. In-flight pilot training is the name of the flight school there, and that's where this airplane is from also.
How fast can a plane go just like on the ground?
As fast as you want. At some point, the airplane's going to want to take off.
Okay.
So at about 67 knots is takeoff speed, or about 70 or so. So this is 28 left, so we're going to hold short right here. We're going to switch over to the tower frequency, which is on COM 1.
Delta 8, Juliet Sierra, safe parking.
Going to Premier 318 Juliet Sierra.
Delta 8, Juliet Sierra, turn left at the end and contact ground.
Left at the end and into ground, 318 Juliet Sierra.
Flying Cloud Tower, Cirrus 6908 Sierra Lima, short of 28 left at Delta, ready for takeoff, departing to the south.
Cirrus 6908 Sierra Lima, Flying Cloud Tower, runway 28 left at Delta, clear for takeoff, left turn approved.
Cleared for takeoff, 28 left, 8 Sierra Lima. All right.
Cirrus 8 Sierra Lima, keep it rolling, traffic success, now 1 mile final. Caution, wake turbulence arriving, Challenger.
Airspeed's alive. At 50. 60. 70.
Oh shit.
That's your door.
Is that my door?
Alright, you can just leave it there. It's fine.
I got shoulders. Can't get it through the shoulder.
Alright, you can see if you can shove it down if that closes in.
It clicked, but it's still, I can still hear it.
Alright.
So the screen on the passenger side and the
as I turn, it will show me what my predicted flight path
that's what
is.
I wanted to know.
Yeah. I can see Valley Fair off the left wing.
Oh wow, they have a maze.
Huh?
It's like a maze down there.
Oh, a maze, yeah. So where'd you see Valley Fair?
Just to the left, it's kind of below the wing right now.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So
I see
if
it.
I turn down, you can see it down there.
Yes. So if you think about the surveying you've been doing, all of those are survey tracks for all of the property. That's why they're laid out the way they are as part of the engineering work. Survey will go out and survey the property lines, establish those things more formally before the build actually happens. If you think about the fields that are out there, all of them are parcels bordered by the roadway as well.
Runway 28 left, cleared for the option.
28 left, clear for the option. 33 Tango Papa.
We got Prior Lake coming up here. Smile.
So how many miles an hour traveling?
So it's 130 knots. I'd have to get the calculator to see what that converts out to for miles per hour, but over 100 miles an hour.
So what's the highest altitude that you actually should be or can fly, should be flying? Is that based on what traffic control is telling you?
Yeah, and airspace. So we are underneath Class B airspace. The base of that is at 4,000 feet. So we have to stay below 4,000. Otherwise, I have to call Minneapolis approach and get permission to be in that airspace.
So that's us right there. And
yeah, so we're here. This is the fixes and airports and things that are around us. Zoom in, it'll zoom in, or I can zoom out. It's Flying Cloud where we just left. So this is Faribault. This is Lake Alamo, or Clear Lake.
Tower, be taxiing back to Elliott.
So that's the 3 Tango Papa, cross runway 28 right, taxi
We'll stay at about 3,000
cross runway 36 at Alpha.
But if you want to try putting your hand on the stick and just feel what it feels like to turn.
Right, taxi back to Elliott via Alpha, cross 36.
So if you push it forward, that will make it go down.
Oh, don't do that.
If you pull it back, that'll make it go up.
Ah!
So all you got to do is just touch it. You can go ahead and push it forward a little bit to see how it feels. So right now we're still going up. So if you push it forward a little more, so now we're going down. So this right here, it's a vertical speed indicator, so it shows how fast we're going up or down. So we're about 500 feet per minute down.
Oh wow!
So now we're going back up. So we're at about 600 feet per minute going up.
Okay.
So to maintain altitude, you'd want to keep that at 0. So you'll see this is 2900, 800. It should match down here, this altimeter for backup.
Come on.
For airspeed, we're about 135, 136. It should match down here. This is the backup airspeed indicator.
Oh man,
So if this
I don't know how I feel about this.
If this screen blinks off, I can still see my airspeed down here.
Okay.
I can still see my altitude. If like one screen goes off, if I push the big red button here, it'll put all of these instruments onto one screen or the other. So if you let go of the controls, the airplane still flies. If I pull the power back, I'll start to descend at a predictable rate, but it's not like gonna drop. So I can still glide to an airport. I can click this nearest button and see what the nearest airport is. Right now it's...
and that's the autopilot, right? It'll go straight for like that's the autopilot part.
I can set the autopilot, but if I was having an emergency, I would just fly it to the nearest airport, which is Air Lake. Okay. So Air Lake should be off to our left over there somewhere. So for VFR, we got to stay clear of clouds, so we'll keep it below 3,000 to stay below these clouds. So it's mainly for visibility. If there were another airplane flying and I'm in a cloud, I can't see it. So for VFR, we stay clear of the clouds.
Oh man, can you take this?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh my God.
So we didn't crash. So we got the tower down there. All that stuff shows up on the map here. The obstructions. So I can see the little flashing white light on it. That's for at night. So yeah, so I can put in flight plans and things here. So I'm going to go direct to also KFCM, which is back to flying cloud. Enter. I'll say enter to activate. So it'll draw a line on the map back to flying cloud, so we can follow that line. How you feeling?
I'm good.
Good. Nobody looking to fill a barf bag or anything?
Not yet.
All right. Well, it's a pretty smooth day, not a lot of wind, so...
Yeah, I imagine it being like tossed around if there was any wind.
Yeah, it can get pretty bumpy. So if you see the car on the road down there, probably about 45 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, whatever road that is, we're going quite a bit faster than the cars there.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, same altitude, 2 miles.
An airplane there?
Yeah.
So I can see he is turning to the right. So I'm going to turn to the right also, so that we do not crash into each other. Because that would be a bad day.
Wow, I thought he was turning left.
Yeah, he's actually going the other way. So I'm going to do a circle here because I'm not in a hurry to do anything and don't need to be dealing with other airplanes.
So does he come up on the screen at all?
He does. So he's right there. It says +03, that little white arrow.
I see it.
Going to switch back to COM 2, and we'll listen to the ATIS on the way back in.
Flying Cloud Tower information, Whiskey 2153 Zulu.
Still on information Whiskey, so we're good
Clear below
there.
2000. Temperature 24, dew point.
Flying Cloud Tower, Cirrus 6980 Sierra Lima, 10 miles to the south, inbound for landing with information Whiskey.
Cirrus 6980 Sierra Lima, Flying Cloud Tower, port 3 south, runway 28 left.
Report 3 south for 28 left, 68 Sierra Lima. So since I put the flight plan there to Flying Cloud, it shows me the distance to Flying Cloud, so we're 9.3 miles. I can see that windmill that we passed
446
over
Papa, Flying Cloud
here.
Tower, port 3 miles west. How do you plan to terminate this approach?
Valley Fair. So straight ahead should
Circle
be
to land on 28 left.
the airport. So they said report 3 miles, so once this gets to about 3, I'll tell them I'm 3 miles to the south
Wind
for
230 at 6.
28
We can
left.
just do straight at 46 Papa. If able.
446 Papa, Roger, I have a request.
Actually, Flying Cloud Tower 46 Papa, we can accept the circle. We'll do that to make it easier.
446 Papa, Roger, report 3 west.
3 west, 46 Papa.
I gotta ask, this thing doesn't like barrel roll or loop-de-loop, does it?
No. you could do it once.
You want to give it a go? You want to try it?
Yeah, before the wings break off and stuff, you know.
Oh, okay. Well,
so the airplane's not rated for aerobatics, so you can't do banks over 60 degrees.
What about like a corkscrew?
Yeah, no, you can do steep turns.
Okay.
But as far as like upside down doing loops and stuff, not in this airplane.
Okay.
Whatever feels like a Grumpy deck, lane for Alpha.
There's Valley Fair again. Flying Cloud Tower, Cirrus 8 Sierra Lima, 3 miles to the south, inbound for landing.
Cirrus 8 Sierra Lima, enter left base, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Left base for 28 left. Clear to land, 8 Sierra Lima.
8 Sierra Lima, left downwind works as well if you'd prefer that.
Alright, we'll enter the downwind for 28 left, 8 Sierra Lima. Alright, so this is a runway. We're going to land back on 28 left. So once we get a beam of numbers, that's just straight across. So I'm going to reduce the power and put 50% flaps in. Actually reduce it now because we're a little bit fast. We want to be at about 100 knots or so. If you look through the fog, you can see downtown Minneapolis over there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Do you have baggies in here though?
Let's see. You can check the back seat pockets there. There's an airsick bag.
There you go, you just... Alright.
Flying South Tower, Cessna 60, push probably 3 miles to the west.
46 Papa, start your circle south at this time, runway 28 left, cleared to land. Traffic is a Cirrus on a 1 mile final for 28 left.
South from now, runway 28 left, cleared to land, 46 Papa.
46 Papa, you're going to circle south, runway 28 left, cleared to land.
Circle south, runway 28 left, cleared to land, 46 Papa.
So are you saying Duluth wouldn't have been a good idea?
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Well, time out.
Matter of fact, Five Guys wasn't a good idea. Oh.
Alright, you can go ahead and open the door if you want, get some fresh air.
Feeling it?
Feel what?
I don't know. Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah, you see, look at my, like, it's waving in the wind. It's,
No, I'm talking about your stomach.
Oh.
Is it initial contact?
Oh, you passed the...
Flight call ground, clear 69 or 80 Lima.
I was just starting to get, like...
28 left on Foxtrot going to Elliott.
7 minutes. I'd have been like,
698 Lima, you can cross 28 right, and then Alpha. Hold short of runway 18 on Alpha.
Cross 28 right on Alpha, hold short of runway 80 Lima.
It's here, Lima. You can now cross 18 on Alpha to Elliott.
Cross 18 on Alpha to Elliott, 80 Lima.
Flying Cloud Ground, Thunderbird fuel air at Echo Lane 2 Thunderbird.
Thunderbird fuel, proceed via Alpha.
Alpha Thunderbird, Thunderbird fuel air. Flying Cloud Ground, Thunderbird talking tail at Thunderbird Echo Lane, please.
Thunderbird talking tail, proceed via Alpha.
Proceed via Alpha, Thunderbird talking tail.
Flying Cloud Ground, Cessna 739er Zulu Zulu, that's Elliott Whiskey, taxi for a northeast departure.
739 Zulu Zulu, Flying Cloud Ground, wind 210 at 4. 18 is available, would you like it?
Whatever works best for you, we can take either 739er Zulu Zulu.
Zulu Zulu, runway 18, taxi via Alpha. And northeastbound, you're northeastbound. Are you familiar with the Bravo?
Yes, we are familiar with the Bravo, and actually we would like a flight following up to Holman Airport if that's possible.
Zulu Zulu, roger, 18 taxi via Alpha.
18 taxi via Alpha 739 Zulu Zulu.
Flying Cloud Ground, Cessna 6346 Bravo, that's Foxtrot, request going back to Elliott.
6346 Bravo, Flying Cloud Ground, taxi via Alpha and cross, alright, and hold short of 18.
Put that back.
Get it on video.
Get what?
You losing it on video.
46 Papa, I do have an aircraft doing a run up, waiting to go on 18, so.